it is, the whiteboard. I hope will open soon, that it will take it. Doesn't take it. Here it is. Let's see if it's taking it. Yes. So there is a board at the moment, and soon we shall share it. And just before we, in a way, start the lesson or the session, I would like us to thank Yanis for the question and for your questions in general, and to see how, in a way, we move from one verse to a system that will open horizons for us. So let's move now, share the whiteboard here with us and see how it goes. 1 second, it takes another one. There's a new system here. Let's see, go live. Let's see if it broadcasts. Yes. So you see here the whiteboard. Do you see it? The letters, you see those verses here on the board. You can unmute yourself, the mic, not yourself, but Yanis, Cindy, Sandra, would you like to speak? You're welcome. You're welcome to speak. Yes. And to participate in reading. Yes, yes, yes. So Cindy, would you like to read the verse? Do you see the text? Cindy, do you see the text? Would you like to read it? Yes, we shall wait. It's okay. There's a beautiful question and we shall open it slowly, slowly. Yes, Cindy? Good morning.
Good morning. Do you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, do you all hear me?
Yes, we can. Now we can. How do you do, Cindy?
Oh, good. Thank you.
Good to hear you.
It's a very good, beautiful day today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Which verse do you want me to read? The Psalms?
This
Chapter
is
8?
Psalms 8 and verse, let's move the text in the middle. Psalms 8, verse 6. This is a question that, in a way, David asked, who is human that you shall remember him? And then comes verse 6. Can you read, please, the text? And then from Genesis, 2 verses, if it's possible. Yes?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So verse 6 from Psalms. Yet thou hast made him but little lower than the angels, and hast crowned him with glory and honor.
Yes.
And Genesis 18:4. Let now a little water be fetched, and wash your feet, and recline yourselves under the tree. And I will fetch a morsel of bread, and stay ye your heart. After that ye shall pass on, forasmuch as ye are come to your servant. And they said, So do as thou hast said.
Thank you. So here we have one verse from Psalms, 2 verses from Genesis 18, 4 and 5. The moment which, in a way, Abraham hosts the angels or the messengers. And let's see what is the relation between those 2 verses and the fact that human is, in a way, lesser than God. Let's look into it. I hope that we have Rodrigo. Good morning. Hello, Rodrigo. I hope you can speak. We are very happy that you're here. Good morning. Yanis asked a question. Yes, Yanis, you can speak and ask your question now at the moment. Can you speak and ask your question? Like from the heart. What was the question? Yes. Yes. Great. Good morning. Shalom, shalom. Yes, Yanis. What is the question? Yes, can you just unmute the mic and then we could hear you, all of us. Just click unmute and we can hear you. Yes. I hope that you can find the button. Rodrigo, can you unmute the mic and speak? Tell us how is the weather today in Porto Alegre, how life is in general. I hope you can. Yes, Rodrigo, good morning. So, okay, Yanis, so you cannot. Okay. Rodrigo, yes, how is the morning today in Brazil?
Good morning, Yeti. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. And how are you doing?
Oh, I'm very happy to be here, Yeti. Thank you very much. And shalom to everyone. Today the weather is good. The sun is shining here. We have a lot of rain and cold a few days ago, but now the sun is shining, so it's a very beautiful day. The birds are singing, and I'm very happy to hear your voice and to be here with our friends. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming here and participate in the session. Yanis asked question about Psalms 8. And can you please read the verse again? She asked, what is the meaning of being lesser than God? I hope that this is the intention, Yanis, because this is a great verse that opens many, many other verses and doors for us. So, Rodrigo, can you please read the English and then we shall move into Luria. See how Luria opened this verse mathematically and how Luria connects this, the fact that man is lesser than God, to the meeting between Abraham and the angels, and to show us that Abraham and the angels are not entities, it's just something, a system. Yes? So please open it. Can you read 8, Psalms 8:6?
Yes, I can do it. Psalms chapter 8, verse 6. That thou hast made him but little lower than the angels, and hast crowned him with glory and honor.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Now let's look into the Hebrew. This is Pasuk Vav. Vav is 6. Vatechasrehu me'at me'elohim. And you made him lesser than God. The English says angels, the Hebrew says God. And here how Luria enters and open. And please pay attention to the mathematics, because now we're moving to mathematics to show us the system. This is not a private story, this is a system. So how does this go? The name Elohim, which means God in English, has 5 letters. Let's write them here on the board. Aleph. I hope this is the pen is thick enough. If not, I'll try to make it thicker, I hope. Elohim has 5 letters. Yes? 5 letters we can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is God. It has 5 letters. Luria says the following. If we take 5 numbers, yes, natural numbers, 1, double 2, or times, we say in Hebrew double, but in English times. 1 times 2, times 3, times 4, times 5. What do we get? This is 2. 2. Yes?
120, 120.
120. Yes, Rodrigo? Yes?
No, yes.
This mathematical process called in English, now I had to learn how to speak mathematics in English, so this factorial. This process is called factorial. Is this understood? Yes. Cindy? Yes. So, do we understand now just the mathematic? Sandra, Cindy, yes? Yanis. Yes, Sandra, did you understand the process, the mathematical process? I hope that you can hear us. Now, so now we are looking at the image. This is image of the word. This is an image of a word. And now we shall look at it as 120. So far, so good. We're just looking at the number 120. But the verse says in Hebrew, let's move into the verse in Hebrew. 1 second, this is not. Let's move like this, left. The verse says, Vatechasrehu me'at. Me'at is little or few. Let's see what is little me'at in Hebrew. Me'at, mem, ayin, tet. Me'at, little or few. The value of me'at is 119. Is it right?
Yes, correct. Yes.
Correct. So what is the difference between, let's call it me'at or little, let's call it now for the English sake that people will understand, let's call it lesser. 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 So what is the gap or the, let's say the difference between 119 to 120?
1.
1. Yes. Elohim, so to speak, yes, in this, yes, verse, holds the number 120 in this way, through the factorial, yes? And lesser than God, do we understand it? Elohim is 100, then, yeah, Elohim is 120, when lesser than God is 119. Because 119 is smaller than 120. Is it understood? Difference is 1. Yes. Yes. So far, so good. We understand? Rodrigo? Hello?
Yes, I can follow. Yes, yes.
You can
I
follow. So if God is 120, lesser than God is 119. Now let's see what Luria, can you just read again Genesis chapter 18, the verses of which Abraham meets the angels? Just read the English, please.
Yes. Genesis chapter 18, verse 4 and 5. Let now a little water be fetched, and wash your feet, and recline yourselves under the tree. And I will fetch a morsel of bread, and stay ye your heart. After that ye shall pass on. For as much as we are come to your servant. And they said, So do as thou hast said.
Thank you. Now Luria moves into the sketch of the tree of life and says the following. And please see how, in a way, those verses are like system. It's not so much what David says. I mean, look at it as a prayer, but look at it as a system. What the system says, and in a way, this is what Luria opens, or Kabbalah, Luriani Kabbalah. This is what it opens. This is why people are interested in a way in the study. So far so good. Can you follow? Cindy, Rodrigo, Yanis, Sandra, can you follow? So far we understand. It's not hard to understand or difficult. Lesser, yes, lesser than God. When God is 120, lesser than God is 119, because lesser in Hebrew is 119. So far it's simple. Yes. So says now Luria, and this is quite interesting, because now this is the system of the spheres, and let's mark the days in a way here. Day 1, day 2, and so 3. I try not to pour too much information, that we shall have it in a way, how do you say, open for us. So I don't pour the whole information. Now let's see what Luria has to say about it. And Luria opens everything mathematically. The Hebrew says, Yukachna me'at mayim. Now, let now a little water. Again, little, and here we find the word me'at. Me'at mayim. Do you see? Let's move into the word me'at. Again, little. Little is me'at, of your. Again, mem ayin tet, me'at mayim. Little water. Please take little water. Yes? And Luria says, Yukachna me'at mayim. Please, let's take, or yes, please take a bit of water, because the waters are descending in Gevurah, and therefore it is being called Gevurah is overcoming. So therefore we say in Hebrew Gevurat Geshamim, meaning the overcoming of rain, because there is a need to separate the water that rain will come. We shall explain all of these steps soon. Ve'avraham chesed, and Abraham is grace. So when Abraham asks or offers the angels to take a bit of water, where are we? To take a bit of water, he doesn't speak about the angels, but about the system of life. In a way, Abraham speaks about the system of life. Abraham is in grace here. Avraham in grace. Chesed 72. So when Abraham says Yukachna me'at mayim, please fetch water, or take, it doesn't matter now to whom, to the angels, just take water. To take, it means something we don't have. So grace does not have water, because grace is light. So we have to turn to the left side of the tree to ask for water. Do we understand that before we proceed? Do we understand that he does not speak about the angel, or he does not turn to the angels? There isn't, from Luria's point of view, there is no separation between Abraham and the angels, because if we would look now into a painting like an art, we shall see a figurine of Abraham and 3 figures as the angels, but there's no figures here because this is an abstract. So what happens is, in a way, how, yes, when Abraham asked for water, do we understand? Good. Cindy, Yanis and Sandra, if you don't understand, please ask. This is an abstract system. It's not about people or messengers or guests. So when Abraham says Yukach Mayim, it means he needs to turn to the left side of the tree, yes, which is in a way marked by water, like because in day 2, what happens in day 2? Because everything comes together on this diagram, the 6th day of creation. In the 2nd day, we read about the water. This is why he says, Yukachna, please fetch water, because it's from the other side from day 2. In day 1, we have unicity. In day 2, there is already a separation. So he turns to the left side of the tree, or to the 2nd day in which we have duality, so we can take. Do we understand this system? Just tell us if you understand or not. It's also good. Not to understand is also good, because it's a source for questioning. Now, let's move again to Luria and see what he has to say about that. This is why the left side, or the rain, is being called Gevurat Geshamim, the overcoming of rain. Yes? Because they had to overcome, they had to be separated. Ve'avraham Chesed, and Abraham is grace. Ve'hamayim, and the waters are not from his side. Lezer Anpin, to Zer Anpin, to the Vav, Chna me'at mayim, shall be fetched a little bit of water by a messenger. Ve'amar me'at mayim, and he said little water, meaning by that they are the 120, yes, permutations or options of the name Elohim. And what we achieve is only 119, that the one is never achieved. Again, let's open, and if you have questions, go and ask. Patricia, we are very happy that you're here. Let's go again. Abraham asked, yes, from, in a way, it's not for the angels, yes, for the messenger. In a way, day 1 ask from day 2, yes, a bit of water, because water have been created in day 2. Do you understand why Abraham asked for water? Cindy, because it's not Abraham, it's in a way day 1, in which the light, yes? Cindy, Sandra, Yanis, do you understand it? In a way, it's not a speech between Abraham and the angels or the messengers. It's like a relationship between the spheres, or a relationship within the days of creation. This is what it comes up. Why light needs water. Now, Rodrigo, why light needs water? Yes, who would like to answer this question? Why light needs water? Why? That's a good question. Charles, maybe Charles can answer. Why light needs water? Where the water are, where are the water? Above and below the 2nd day, yes? But yes, at home, yes? What do we need for water? Just flowing water? What if someone wants to drink, let's say? Just dogs, they can lick water. Let's say dogs or cat, a vessel to hold it. Excellent. A vessel to hold it. So, very good. So, what? Yes. So, the light asked the water for what? Yanis, can you answer your question? This is the best. The water, they need vessel. Yes? So, the light asked from the water for a vessel. Because the light, again, does not lack anything. Human is a vessel? Of course. Of course, human is a vessel. We are a vessel, yes, through which life is being lived. Yes? Yes? We are a vessel. Some say we are instruments. Yes? In Hebrew, it's the same word. We are like flutes that the infinite blows through us, and there's like music and life. Now, so far so good, because I would like us to broadcast this text, because now there's no writing. I would like us to broadcast the Discord setting. Yes. Human and instrument is the same word in Hebrew. Not human, but vessel and instrument. Yes? Vessel, kli, vessel means, yes, is also an instrument. We say klei musica or klei zemer, yes? Yes. This painting is a bit bare. It doesn't have many colors, but I will explain this Luria, yes, by heart. There's no need to go to the drawing. When in Psalms we read that who is the human that you remember? Ma enosh ki tizkerenu. One verse before says, Ma enosh ki tizkerenu. Why would you, God, Creator, the source, remember such a lower creature as human? Do we understand the question? Ma enosh ki tizkerenu. What is human? Yes, like broken one, nothing that you shall remember. Because usually what we remember is the greatest things. Yes? So he says, or he asks, David, what is human that you shall remember? It is like very, very low. Why would you even remember such a thing as human? He is so low, is little than God. He is lesser than God. Why would you remember him at all? This is a question. Now, Luria opened this mathematically. Says the word Elohim is 5 letters. When we operate mathematical action upon it, it becomes 120. We can create, not just this, from the word Elohim, which is the manifested. Elohim is the manifested name of God. We can create 120 permutations or optional words. Yes? From 100 or from the 5 letters of Elohim. When we put each other in a different place, we can create 120 combinations. So the question is, why would you, God, remember something which is lesser than God? What is lesser than God? 119. To remember the 120, this is, so to speak, the name. But why would you remember something which is lesser, which is 119? Because in a way, the 119, us, never capture or hold the one. So why shall you remember something which is not united? This is the question. Now I would like to hear your questions. Charles, Sandra, Patricia, Cindy, Rodrigo, Yanis. Why would you remember something that is so little, which is manifested today here and tomorrow not here? This is the question. Why shall you remember? Yes. Yes. This is why Venus comes from the water. Yes? Water is duality and Venus comes from the water. Love emerges. From duality comes unicity of the one. Now, Yanis, do you understand why Abraham or Grace asked for water? It's like unicity ask for duality, unicity or light. This is in a way an abstract topic. The one does not need anything. Everything is united. Yes, this is what he is asking. Yukach na me'at mayim. Please take water, take from duality. It's a bit abstract. But do we understand that the light is one? This we understand. Day one. Yehi Or is one. Day one. Yes, light is one understood. Yes. Yes. But in order to share the light, what do we need? Waters or days. Yes? Day is a vessel for a light. Do we understand it? That a day is a vessel for the light? Therefore, yes, the word for waters in Hebrew and days is the same. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. A day is vessel for the light, therefore there's a day too. Excellent, Yanis. Yes. 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 Questions even not about the topic. Would you like to say something regardless? You are most free. You're most welcome, and we shall move here into Luria and see what he has to say. Now, let's read. Maybe Rodrigo or Cindy, one of you wants to read in a way, the verse 5. The verse 5 from chapter 18, Genesis 18. Would you like to read it? Can you see it? Would you like to read it?
I can read it.
Yes.
And I will fetch a morsel of bread, and stay yet your heart. After that we shall pass on, for as much as ye are come to your servant. And they said, so do as thou hast said.
Yes. Thank you. And in Hebrew,
Eti,
Vaikra. Yes. Yes. Yes.
sorry.
Yeah. Yes.
Please,
Please.
please read it in.
No. Please say something. Yeah. Yeah. Please feel free. It can wait. Yeah.
I just note that there is a movement from light to bread, past it in the water, and a movement to the materialization.
Mm-hmm.
It started with the light,
Very good.
then it
Very
come the
good. Very good. Very good. Very good. So you noticed a movement. Let's go for the movement because there's a lot in those few lines. Let's go for the movement. We said that what is day 1? What is day 1? Yes, Rodrigo. Please say
yes,
again
the
that
light,
the light is
the
day
hill,
1.
the hill,
Yes. And day 2, what is happening?
the waters,
Waters. Very good. And now what Abraham says? What was mentioned in this verse? Say.
the breads,
The bread. Where is the bread? Here.
in the hearts,
Yes. Yes, I'm writing. Yes. Bread. Lechem.
in the
Yes, yes. Say something. I would like to hear you.
No, it's okay. I just said that the Aritz, we could, I don't know if it makes sense, but the bread came from the Aritz
Yes,
there.
yes,
Yeah,
yes. A motzi. Very good. A motzi. Yes, that we have here. Let's make it. Let's take a zoom out, and we have also here two kinds of haze. There's a lot to pour into this. So this is also malchut here. This is also malchut. Yes, malchut, and the hay is here, the second hay of the tetragrammaton. Yes, here we have in a way the first hay. This is the yod, this is wisdom. Here we have, yes. So what did you notice? What did you notice?
there is a movement and came to, how can I say, the flow from light to the bread, passing to the waters. There is a movement from heaven to earth.
Very good, because beautiful, beautiful. There is a blessing that people bless while eating bread. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Hamotzi, the one who takes. Hamotzi doesn't say who or what. Hamotzi takes out lechem, bread, min haaretz, from the earth. So in a way, the bread is associated with the earth. It comes in a way from the earth or from the process. There is a process here. So Luria says something very interesting. He says when Abraham says take a bit of water, water is not his side, not Abraham's side, but this is not the side of the light, because the side of the water, and here we come, is darkness. the side of the water is darkness. So this is why he asked for waters. He asked for darkness for the vessel. The vessel is dark. What does it mean? He lacks something. So light asked for waters, for vessel, for darkness, because light does not have darkness. But when he moves to bread, he says, the verse says here in Hebrew, Va'ekcha, me, I will fetch bread. I. Who is I? Is it Abraham? I? Who is I? Is it Abraham? Who is I will take bread? Who will take bread? Do you see the board here? Who will take bread? Rodrigo.
Abraham.
Yes. Yes. Abraham will take bread himself. Ekcha, I will take bread. Abraham, or the light. Yes? There is a difference between the verses. This is Abraham, or day one, or the light. This is Abraham. And he says, I, so to speak, the I here is the light. In a way which is being acted by Abraham. But the light says, I will take bread. Because why the light? And please pay attention how deep it is, how Luria looks at this very deeply. Because which species of the 7 species is day one, which is connected to the bread? Wheat. Excellent. Wheat. So please pay attention how Luria's. So everything it's very intense, because day one is light. Sphere of Chesed, grace, is also Abraham. But wheat also represents day one. Yehi or. Because when Adam and his wife, ate, there was like light. The eyes open. So again, please pay attention. And the wheat, is represented by day one, or Abraham. This is why Abraham says, one person singular, I will take, I will take, I will fetch, I will fetch, I, the light, or wheat, the wheat will take the bread. Please pay attention that the bread is in the middle line. Yes? The middle line holds right side and the left side. So Luria says, in a way, the bread is from the side of Abraham, or day one, or the light of the wheat, because the bread is a product of the wheat. There is a closure, yes? But water is very far away from light. Yes? Because water is a second light. So he has to borrow, take from the other side. Yes? Take from duality. Maim in Hebrew, maim is a noun that uses, in a way, the duality suffix. Yod mem is as a suffix is always multiplicity. So maim in Hebrew is duality. So fetch duality, because We need a process. This is what Luria says. It has nothing to do with guests or messengers or host. This is a speech of the abstract. Do we understand? Day one, yes, is light, is unicity. Everything is united. Day 7 is the bread. Yes? Do we understand? This is a product of the wheat. Do we understand how those systems in a way are parallel to each other? This is why it's so complex to speak about it and even to write about it. Do we understand the relation between light, wheat, Abraham, and the bread? Or not? Cindy, Yanis, Patricia, Charles, Sandra, do we understand? If we don't understand, please saying, in our world, yes, we say there's a bread, there's coffee, yes? There's beer. So what? There's a bread and there's beer. So what? Who cares? Yes, but there's a system. Luria comes and said there is a system. Yes, Cindy? Yes, but still need more understanding, but not sure what to ask. Please ask whatever you wish. Unmute and speak whatever comes to you. Yes? Because it's not, again, the relations, like beautiful question by Cindy before class. What does Jacob wives, because he has 2 wives and 2 maids, what does it represent in our lives? And I said, this is abstract. This is the 4 seasons or the manifestation. So we usually read the Bible like a story, like a telenovela, yes, a comedy, Sopranos, yes. Relations between people, politics, the mafia, somebody assassinate another one. It's not about, it is completely abstract. It's about systems. It's not a private story of private individuals. Not at all. So in every conversation, like in a way between Abraham and the angels, we can abstract and see what is happening above. So what is to see in Abraham and the angels or the messengers?
T.
Yes, I mean system coded in space and time. Excellent, Yanis. Yes. Please.
No, try to follow your perspective. It's amazing to listen this. It's interesting to note that after the bread, have a conversation, and then come the son. So Sarah will conceive after the light came and the waters, and so we have the bread, and we have a little conversation then, and so it's announced the Sarah shall have a son. So Isaac came after the bread, because Sarah were very old, and she think, oh, why not conceive? But after this light came from heaven, and after we could do this bread, so the generation, the how can I say, the creative mode, she's not sterile anymore after this bread came. I don't know if it makes sense to you,
yes,
but after the creation.
Yes, of course. Sarah will give birth to Isaac. What will be the age of Sarah? Yes? 90 years old when Isaac will be born. Yes? The value of water in Hebrew, Ma'im, is 90. Mem, 40. Yod, 10. Another Mem is 40. Together, this is 90. Yes? So, in a way, and this is a beautiful notification, Rodrigo, the fact that Abraham asked for waters, yes? He asked for what? He asked for vessels, for days, for more time. Yes? This is what he asked. And you notice the movement or the process. Beautiful. Now, I really would like to move to the firmament because it will explain in a way to borrow. Do we understand, before we move to the firmament, do we understand that sometimes people borrow money, sometimes people borrow book from the library? Do we understand this process of borrowing? Yes? Do we understand this? Somebody needs money, he takes a loan, he takes credit, he borrows a book from the library. After a while, he read the book, he returns the book into the library. Do we understand that? Or people take credits? Yes? Understood. So let's see what happens to the firmament and how all of this is or has to do with the borrowing of water, borrowing of time. Let's see how does it go. The word Elohim is written, this is another perspective, is written with 5 letters. 5 letters. Let's pour those words into the systematism of the tree. Yes? Those are the upper 3. And here we have those spheres below, or space and time. Let's see what happens, because everything is connected. Why we say Gvurot Geshamim, why we have to suddenly where the days are coming from. People open the calendar, make a schedule next week. How do they know? Where do we take time? Where do they take this guarantee that it will be next Monday at 6 o'clock? Yes? So let's look into it. The word Elohim is written with 5 letters. We can divide the word Elohim into 3. 2 first letters on the right, Hey in the middle, and Yod and Mem at the end. When Aleph is where crown is, Keter, Lamed is where Chokhmah is, Hey where Binah is, understanding. Yes? And this is the heart of Tiferet. The Yod is here. This is the Yod that holds all the 6. Yes? And the last Mem of the name is here in Malchut. This is the last Mem. Malchut, kingdom. So, in a way, says the Zohar, the Hey is a firmament. Why firmament? It is between the beginning of El and Him. So it's a firmament. It comes between, like the Vav. The Vav is a firmament between the 2 Yods that creates the Aleph. So again, the Hey, yes, is a firmament between El, the name El, which is God or great God, and Yod Mem, the end. So Hey is the firmament. When God said, let there be firmament, in a way, that let's have a separator between, this is the unmanifested, unmanifested, and the manifested. So again, El is the great name of God. El is his name in grace. This is what we say, Amazing Grace, this song, Amazing Grace. This is always bigger. The unmanifested is always bigger than the manifested. The manifested is Yam or Yod Mem, the end. This is the manifested Yam, in a way, of C. This is the manifested. El is the potential. And the Hey of Binah, understanding, like a mother, how do you say, she is connecting the quality of understanding, or a mother. She is connecting between the infinite, yes, and the manifested. So when Abraham asked, please take water, the waters are here. Yes? And this is why Luria calls them Gvorot Geshamim. Gvorot, overcome, because they need to overcome and overcome the light and become water. Yes, they need to overcome. So in a way, the firmament, what guarantees us? The firmament guarantees us always that the unmanifested will become manifested. This is the gate, the firmament. The firmament is a gate through which unpotential energy becomes the manifested. When God said, let there be firmament in the midst of the water, the firmament is between the unmanifested and the manifested. Do we understand that? Rodrigo?
Yes, that I believe that I can understood this, and it's amazing. This perspective, I didn't knew this perspective of the name Elohim. It's amazing. Thank you very much.
Yes, yes. The name Elohim, in a way, you can pour the content of the name upon the spheres. When El is the greatest name of God. El is containing everything because it's not yet manifest. The non-manifested is always greater than the manifested, always greater, always bigger. The infinite is always bigger. Therefore, we sing Amazing Grace, something that nobody can conceive, nobody can think, nobody can dream of. This is Amazing Grace. So again, this is a system in which day one, yes, is light. Day one, in this case, also is associated with Abraham and grace, when the seventh day is associated with the bread, with the process, with time. And what do we need? Yes, and Rodrigo noticed this. When we need in a way time, we need waters. This is why he asks from the angels, from the messengers, that they will take water. Just one remark here about what Luria says, because Rodrigo, I think we did not mention this yet. Luria says that the Vav, their Anpin, give that here, yes, he calls it Vav, their Anpin here. This is also the Vav, or the 6 spheres, that the Vav will take water, the messengers, which is the Vav, will take waters from the left side. not just from day 2, but from Bina. Yes? The Vav is the son of the mother. Let's write it here. It's a bit abstract today, but there was a question. Let's write like this. So there is here, in a way, this is the Yod, this is Hey of Bina. And here we have the Vav, which is also called son or Joseph. Doesn't matter, Vav or son or Joseph. Yes, and here we have the 7th, which is the 7th day. So when Abraham says, please take water, in a way the messengers or son or Joseph, the Vav is asking for water from here, from Bina. He has to borrow water, to borrow times, to borrow the days from Bina, from the mother. Yes? Because this is also called mother. Wisdom is also called father. Yes? The Vav is the son, and the Malchut kingdom is also daughter. Yes? So please give the Vav the 6 days of creation upper water. Yes? That there will be finally the manifestation of a bread or of a child of Isaac. It's very good what you said. Questions so far? Cindy, Yanis, Rodrigo, questions? Sandra, Patricia, Charles, questions? I hope it was not too difficult to understand. Those are not little topics. Not many people think about those things, learn about them, read about them. Our life, as we started writing here in the chat before class started, are not private. Our life here is a much, let's say, our life here is a part, a tiny part of greater systems that we are trying in a way to share in those lessons, sometimes by drawing, sketching, reading verses, but it comes to the melting point is to understand there is no me or little story or personal story. Our life here is a composition of complex systems. Yes, and we can in a way drown in those systems. It's not even to be conceived, it's so big. And to think all day and all night that I am, or me is the center of the world is a bit childish. Because you see those systems, they're inconceivable even. We can speak about them using symbols, using day 1, using day 2, using wheat, yes, using grace or value or numbers or Vav or Hey or son or daughter, but those are complex systems. Thank you all for participating here in this incredible session. It's not every day that we are opening Luria. It's not easy. People are running from it like it was fire. But thank you again, and beautiful week for everyone. Hope to see you soon, Monday, soon as possible. Toda and shalom.
Thank you. Shalom, shalom, Eti. Thank you very much. It's a blessing to be here. Thank you, everyone. Shalom, shalom, and see you soon. Thank you.
Shalom, shalom.